Well, I've had a piece of chicken. I've had a little drink. I've looked at all the girls, given one or two a wink. I'm sitting in my seat, radio to my ear, the Star-Spangled Banner, and the crowd's opening cheer. I've been waiting since last Saturday, see another one beat. Friends, it's time once again to let the big dog eat. It's time to let the big dog eat. It's time to hear the bulldog beat. It's time. 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 The leaves are red and black. It's time. It's time to bring the bulldogs back. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. I love to go back to Athens town. I love to jump up when they hunker down. I love to see the red coat spell the name. I love to talk about that bulldog thing. It's time to get the bulldog grin with 75,000 of your closest friends. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to feel the bulldog heat. It's time to let the
What is up, everybody? Welcome in to Row 60 After Dark. It is literally after dark. This is kind of the second time that we're doing this, and this is not a call-in show. Let me be very clear and upfront with you on that. It's not a call-in show. Um, but yeah, it's just a time for us to talk some ball, some Georgia football. Georgia Tech tomorrow. Huge game. It's a game that you could easily overlook if you're a Georgia fan or if you're a player or Kirby Smart, but I don't think we're going to have that issue. It's kind of dang, I just can't believe we're sitting here at the very end of the season and the Dogs are 11 and 0 and we are rolling. We are absolutely rolling. So, welcome in. I just want to say, uh, oh, Adam is trying to get on. I was like, where's Adam? I need Adam here with me. I'm not at home. I'm actually at my wife's grandparents' house. We're doing like Christmas here and Thanksgiving. Smart idea, to be honest with you. Everybody's together. So, but Adam is on his way. And hey, if you're a patron and you want to hop on here with us, feel free to. Um, right quick, I should have done a mic check. Can y'all hear me? If you can, just let me know. But hey, it's good to see y'all. Blake, go Dogs, man. Good to hear from you. Kale, same here. Go Dogs. Feeling good about tomorrow. Sammy on YouTube. Go Dogs. Hope y'all are fired up. It's going to be a fun show. But yeah, if you're a patron, you want to hop on and just talk with us, go ahead. You can go to Patreon or the Facebook group, actually, our Patreon Facebook group, and find that link to join us here tonight. So thank you, Blake, for letting me know that. But yeah, looking good seeing y'all. Look forward to the stream. Loud, clear, Clark. Thank you, man. All right, perfect. We're good. We've got sound. That's always a bad thing when you start a show and there's no sound. So I'm freezing my tail off out here too. It is. I'm outside, like I said, they're doing Christmas and everything inside, so trying to be, out of the way and not be rude and sit in there and do this show. So, but yeah, it's good to see y'all here tonight. The Dogs open. I think they opened as a 23-point favorite. The spread is now 24 points. That's a lot of points. What do y'all think? Over? You taking the Dogs to cover? You taking the Dogs not to cover? 24 points. That's a good many, but I feel like we are very capable of doing that. We got Wyatt backstage. I'm going to add him to the stream, and if Wyatt, you want to turn on your camera and your mic, man, love to talk with you. Or if you just want to talk with your
I don't have it.
mic, that's fine too.
Can you hear me? We're good.
Yeah, I got you, Wyatt. What's up, man?
How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing good, man. It's the day after
Good.
Thanksgiving, so leftovers are good.
Heck yeah, man. I hear you. Now, what do you eat, Wyatt? Like, what's the go-to thing that's got to be on your plate for Thanksgiving?
So I'm not much of a turkey person. I'm much of a ham person. So I got like
Okay.
a lot of ham and green beans and mashed potatoes and stuff like that.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, Adam is, he posted something on the Patreon Facebook group yesterday, and he was saying that ham is a superior meat. I don't know if I necessarily agree with him. I think turkey is, I mean, turkey's your traditional Thanksgiving meat, but I don't know. Adam doesn't agree with me on that, so it's kind of torn. But I told him, I said, look, I don't discriminate, right? Like, both are going to be on my plate if both are served. So anyway,
Yeah, I totally understand. Like turkey is comes and goes, but I just feel like ham just I don't know. I don't know what's about it.
yeah, yeah. What do you feel about the game tomorrow, Wyatt?
As you said in the beginning, it's kind of like if the players are on play like they're thinking on their head straight, or they're gonna be thinking about a week ahead from now. But I don't think
Hmm.
that. I think they'll come in very strong. It's a night game in Atlanta. I think they'll
Yeah,
enjoy it. They got all day to eat. I mean, I'd rather play at 3:30. But I wish it wasn't at 7:30. But
yeah,
I think the players will be juiced up, and then the downfall is I don't know if y'all know, but like playing at noon, you get to recover at 3:30 or 7.
yeah,
But instead of playing at night, it kind of ruins the plans for Sunday and Monday. Getting ready for next week. But just be focused on tomorrow. And I think Georgia Tech's a really good football team. So they got a lot of speed. They got a lot of athletes. So I think it'd be a good game for a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm right there with you. This is easily a game that you could overlook. There's Adam. Welcome in, Adam.
We're here finally.
Hey, you got some.
Maybe one day I'll be on time for one of these things.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Hey, you got some headphones, Adam?
Oh, that is right. I got to go get some headphones.
That does help. We don't want you echo, but
Pause me.
you're good. You're good. I got you. But yeah, you're right, man. I think this is one of those small details that a lot of people overlook. But Alabama is going to be playing at 3:30. Georgia's going to be playing at 7:30. Most people don't. They're like, whatever. But really, that is, what's the difference between that? 4 hours. So that's 4 more hours technically that Alabama gets to rest up, to prepare, to watch film, that sort of thing. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it may not make that big of a difference, but it does help a little bit, I would say. So yeah, and normally we play this game at 12 o'clock. It's a noon kick. It's over pretty quickly, right? Like we put in our subs, but you're right. I mean, Tech, as much as we don't like them, I mean, you got to respect what they've done this year. They've played pretty good football. I mean, if you consider 6-5 pretty good football, but no, I mean they'll give us a fight, I'm sure. It's not going to be one of those things where I think we get to take our starters out in the third quarter, maybe the fourth, hopefully the fourth, but we'll see.
I got a question for y'all. Like for backup quarterback situation, who do y'all want to transfer, and who would you want to stay? Like who's like, do you like Gunner? Do you like Brock? Like or Dylan, or people that are coming in? What do you like? Who do you want to go? Maybe.
Man, I tell you, I'd love to keep them all. That's not possible. That's just wishful thinking. I would say, I'm a big Gunner guy. I think Adam is too.
I'm a big Gunner guy.
You are or not?
Yes, I am.
And I love Brock. Don't get me wrong, but
exactly.
Gunners is just, to me, he's what I would want at quarterback. In that position.
I think Wyatt, how you doing, man? Good to have you on tonight.
Doing good.
Good.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I would. I think. I mean, I have no information on it, but I would imagine if I had the best guess that Brock is going to leave and Gunner's going to stay. They might both leave, but I think that's how it would be. I think Vandergrift's going.
So where do you think Brock's going if he does go? Because I've heard Auburn. I've also heard Clemson.
Oh, really? I think he'd go to South Carolina, Auburn, Clemson, anything like that. Somewhere in the Southeast. I expect to see him in the Southeast somewhere.
He's going to follow his girlfriend. I think his girlfriend goes to Auburn. So, I mean,
does he? Look at Wyatt with some
Wyatt, dude. Wyatt knows his stuff, man.
I didn't know the man was dating a young lady that went on the plane. Dang.
Hey, man. And I want to say this too. Shout out to Wyatt. He, we were sitting here 2 weeks ago, just debating whether or not Brock would be back. And sure enough, Wyatt was like, no, y'all, he's going to be back this week. So I don't know if that was just your gut feeling, Wyatt, or if you had an inside scoop. But hey, man, you're dead on with it.
Yeah, with Ole Miss.
I do somewhat, but I just feel like Brock's just different, as y'all know. He's been my favorite player. It's a funny story. So in freshman year, he stiff armed someone in Missouri a long time ago, and I got the photo and I posted it on Twitter, and from a screenshot or whatever. And he's like, he messaged me Brock Bowers, and I'm like, dude, I don't even get my own photo. I was like, of course you can. It's your photo, but just a small. He's so humble and is such a good guy, and I just feel like he's the best. I mean, he's going to be the most Tate Ratledge and Zion Logue has their own podcast, and they talked about it last night that Brock Bowers will probably be the most favorite person for 20 or 30 years. I mean, every time he comes back, it'd be standing ovation. It's between Brock and Stetson Bennett, but I think Brock Bowers is a player for years to come.
Yeah, man, I agree. You just talk about it, the humbleness he has. He's just – it's unreal what we've got to experience with him for the past 3 years, and man, how sweet would it be for him to go 3 for 3? I mean, it's unbelievable to think that whole 2021 class is 40-1 right now. Has already won 40 games, not even done yet with the regular season of their junior year. I mean, that's unreal. That's unreal.
Sammy said Georgia Tech not very good against the run, so I think Kirby sits on a 21-point lead. Yeah, I think you're right. I couldn't imagine Georgia Tech being very good on defense, though. I do think Brent Key, that's his specialty, right? Like he's a defense.
I think he's an O-line guy. He
Oh, is he?
O-line.
Yeah.
He was the OL coach under Jeff Collins. So, he was also under Saban. He was the O-line coach as well.
I got you.
Left Alabama and went to Tech.
Yeah,
man loves Tech. There's no doubt. I mean, I listened to his press conference this week. He was passionate about it. He threw some shots out there, and he was he's somebody who it makes the rivalry great because you got a Georgia alum and a Tech alum. Somebody who both sides of the rivalry, there's passion and hate on each side. Well, that's big.
They played against each other, did they not?
I think they might have crossed over. I think Brent Key said he beat Georgia, and I think it would have been 98-99, the Jasper Saints fumble. So, I think maybe Key, and they had to be close to the same age. Kirby might have them by a couple of years maybe.
I got you.
But
JR says, what will our uniform combo be? I saw where the nerds are wearing all white. Is that true? Yeah,
Red.
Typically they wear all white at home.
Yeah.
So that means, yes, you're right, Wyatt. Yeah. Red for us.
Red and silver breeches. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
but could you imagine what would happen if we came out in black jerseys and red hats?
Yeah,
oh my
gosh. That be something? Nah, they're gonna wear the red silver breeches. First time we've wore red though at Bobby Dodd since 2017.
Oh wow!
Really? Yeah, I guess it is right.
And
last time they wore blue,
they wore gold in blue or gold, but we wore white there when Pickens threw Swilling, against the wall. How was that the name of the cornerback?
Swilling.
Yeah, and then 21 we wore white as well. So
nice.
2 straight times, man. So,
do y'all like traveling to Tech?
I'm sorry, White. I didn't hear you.
Do y'all like traveling to Tech? Like how is it like going to a game? I've never been.
Man, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. I mean, there's worse places where we've had worse experiences at, but it was always good when it was a noon game. You'd go over there and kind of get in, get out. But the one thing is where Georgia sits. Some of those stadiums have ramps that like spiral around that you can walk up to get to the upper level. But at Tech, it's literally staircases. So, Clark, you know what I'm talking about? Those staircases you got to go up, or it wears you out. By the time you get up to the top, it's rough.
Yeah, I like it. Why? Only because it really does feel like a home game a lot of years because there's just a ton of Georgia fans that go. It's fun to me. It feels like a neutral site game, and I'll give them this. The Atlanta skyline is, to me, it's pretty. I like it, but that has nothing to do with Tech. That's just the fact that they're situated right beside downtown Atlanta. If you could see in this, I guess people can see this at home, but what I've done is like I made the stadium Bobby Dodd red and black. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, that is pretty good, Clark. That's what I was looking at.
And there is a G. There's a G in the middle.
I see that in the middle of the field. Yeah. I like that, Clark.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to edit that? Yeah. That's pretty good.
No, like literally like 30 seconds. That's it wasn't that much.
That's good. So. I like it. I like it a lot.
It was a lot of fun.
I like it a lot. Are y'all having a good gathering over there? I see
we are
in the background.
Yes. I'm outside right now.
I see you're on the porch.
And I am I'm telling you, it's frigid. It's very cold.
You might need to get the old sweatshirt on, man.
I'm telling you. I got sleeves. No, I got my.
Okay, you got some sleeves on. That's
Carhartt Henley on or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Adam, we got to figure out the ticket situation, man. Backstory for everybody. So Adam bought tickets right beside me, and the guy he hasn't emailed him to Adam yet. Though Adam has sent him his money. Now he didn't get scammed. I would assume he didn't because he sent me my tickets and everything was fine. So. I think he may have just sent it to the wrong email, but I'm trying to get in touch with this guy. So we're going to get that situated during Row 60 after dark.
I have faith.
Yeah. It'll work out.
Yeah.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about Ohio State, Michigan? I know we were talking about Georgia and Georgia Tech, but I feel like it's an Ohio State game, isn't it?
I think Ohio State's going to win, man. Wyatt, I'm going I picked the Buckeyes to win. I
think so too.
If they lose to them 3 years in a row, what's that going? I mean, you don't fire Ryan Day. He's won 89, 90% of his games he's coached at Ohio State. But I guess a good way to get fired is starting to lose in Michigan consecutive years in a row. So I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. That's going to be real interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm taking Michigan. That was kind of my team to be in the playoff at the beginning of the year. I also picked, by the way, LSU and USC, and we see how well that turned out. So I don't know. I do think Michigan has a very complete team. Granted, they haven't really played anybody, but tomorrow should be a good test for both of them. I mean, we really will see.
Do you think Harbaugh not being on the sidelines, how much is that going to factor in? I don't know, the distraction of the whole cheating, sign stealing scheme. What's going to be a factor there? I mean, it is in Ann Arbor, so that's nice. What you got going on?
I just think I think Kyle McCord is a better quarterback than JJ McCarthy in the long run. I really do. And they have a better running back. Henderson is really good. So they're solid on defense as well. I just think Ohio State's looking for revenge for who does win, So, I hope that
let's be honest. Both of these schools, though, they want us. I mean, ultimately, they want each other, obviously, first.
Right.
But
the
end goal is us.
That's right.
Both of them.
That's right.
Both of them. I mean, because you saw what we did to Ohio State last year. You saw what we did to Michigan the year before.
That's right. That's right.
They got to come through us.
If they want it, they come get it again.
Yeah.
Why not?
And Oregon.
And Oregon, come get it too. All of them come get it, man. I truly think the national championship game will be played on December 2nd, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think whoever wins that game wins the national championship. So, hey, we'll get past Tech, but then next week though, there's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of chatter.
Yeah,
Don
Blaylock.
Chatter.
This is a good point by Blake. Don Blaylock returns punts. I bet he'll be itching to try and get a return since we haven't allowed one all season. Yeah,
he looked explosive. He looked explosive last week. He looks good. I was like, dang, he's doing really well this year. I was like, man, I'm happy for the guy. He battled so much, man, 2 ACLs, and he just looks good. I'm happy for him and all the Bulldogs that transferred to Tech. I think there's like a couple others, but
yeah.
I mean, they did it the right way. Who's the tight end, Adam? What's his name?
Seether.
Yeah, Seether.
He's
Brett Seether.
He's caught a few touchdown passes this year, man. So, I mean, Don Blaylock, I always liked Don. Man, I mean, he had a great regular season, a true freshman year, 19, and then, of course, gets injured against the Burrow LSU team in the SEC championship, and then has another injury and just set back played by too many injuries, got passed by, several talented guys years after. And so good to see him finish his career, man, and strong. And I don't know, I always thought he did it the right way, and you never heard anything wrong from him when he was getting passed by donkeys and other guys just passed him on the depth chart here. But he made a couple big catches for us last year, when he had some time. But I've always liked him and hated that he's at Tech, but hope his career ends well. And whatever else after that, wish him well.
Yeah. 19, he had a huge game in the Dome with LSU in the first, half. And then that's when he got his ACL torn, which I felt like after that happened, he just really wasn't the same. Real
good true freshman year, 19, man.
Yeah.
I think he had a good game at Opelika.
Yeah. DGD podcast. What's going on, man?
What's up, DGD?
Glad to see y'all back. Yeah. Kale Stone, I think Kamari Laster, he's going to have a monster game with a pick 6 against Haynes King.
Kale's
I can see that
shot right there. I like it. I like it, man. Yeah,
okay.
I can definitely see that. It seems like Laster's due for one, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
So that would be that'd be awesome. I like it. Calling a shot, man.
Yeah.
Calling a shot. That's good stuff.
Let's see.
How about CJ Allen? CJ Allen stepped up last couple of weeks, and I'm very proud of the freshman linebacker class. They're stepping up, and they're going to be to reckon with the next couple of years. It's going to be fun to watch.
CJ Allen, man. CJ Allen is he's a stud. He's a freak. He's going to be fun to watch. But I'm excited about him, Raylan Wilson. I'm excited about Damon Wilson on the outside. A lot of talented guys that are going to just continue to make plays for the next couple of years, like you said, White. I mean, unreal the talent that, Georgia to the point now, you don't rebuild, you reload. What we used to talk about Alabama teams in 2011, 12, 13, that area, now Georgia's doing it. And it's humbling to see as a fan. Never thought you'd see this, and here we go. Hey, I saw you put old Heath on there, man.
Yeah.
We need to get him on sometime again. I enjoy. He knows his recruiting, man. There's somebody who knows stuff. You want to ask about anything Georgia Bulldog related recruiting or anything? He's a knowledgeable man with that.
Yeah. Go back to Michigan and Harbaugh. J.R. Real says huge factor not having your head coach there. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like Harbaugh has the kind of people to, fill in for a game, though it is, the number 2, 3 team in the nation. What is Ohio State 3?
No, Ohio State's 2.
They moved up, right?
Michigan's
yeah.
3.
That's right.
Yeah, in the playoff ball, yeah. Because Ohio State was number 1, and Georgia passed them after beating Ole Miss.
Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like they have enough.
I don't know about the AP. Michigan might be 2 in the AP. But, I mean, we go by the playoff poll. But I don't know, man. I mean, the thing is Ohio State going to limit Michigan having explosive? I think that's what killed them last year in that game.
Yeah.
Michigan's just explosive plays. They got big explosives and got up on them. But, I mean, Jim Knowles in his second year in Ohio State, it's not no slouch defense that they got there. They probably got the best interior defensive line Ohio State's going to see. I mean,
until Georgia,
Michigan's going to see. Yeah, right. Until that Michigan's going to see all year. Ohio State. So, are they going to be able to is Blake Corum going to be able to pound the ball, man? And that's one thing. Blake Corum didn't even play last year in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
He maybe played a little bit, but didn't go the full game. So
did Travion Henderson play? Because I know he was out when they played us, but I feel like he was out for Michigan too.
I think he was. Isn't that right? Do you know what? I don't remember that, but yeah, I think something tells me he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was injured last year a lot. I think he tore his ACL the year before that or something, and then he re-injured it again. He's been an injury bug since he's got there, but when he's full healthy, he's a problem to mess with. Georgia really wanted him. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we didn't move on him.
Seems like he's been there forever, man.
I know.
Seems like but he's yeah.
Oh, sorry. Kale said, I'm sorry, but I feel the main championship game will be against Bama. I guess he's referring to the SEC championship.
The national championship is going to be against Alabama
in Atlanta next week.
That's right.
Now,
that's how it always works.
Let's talk about this. If Bama beats us, right, and Texas wins out, I don't know how they get in. I really don't. I mean,
you can't.
That's a different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot compare Alabama to Texas because head-to-head still needs to matter. Even though one team's trending one way, one team is trending the other way, and you say week 2 was a long time ago. Look at where Texas is now. Look at where Alabama is now. Mm-hmm. You can't not take away that from Texas. Like you said, Wyatt, Texas will definitely have to go against them, but it would be winner of Ohio State, Michigan, Texas, Florida State. Even I think if they run the table, you can't not leave them in. But I think the biggest argument would be then if Oregon beats Washington, Oregon's one-loss Pac-12 championship resume versus Alabama's one-loss championship SEC. Oh, it makes me sick thinking about that resume. I think in that case, Alabama would still make it in, but Texas would get in as well, and the Pac-12 would be left out in that scenario. That they would put a one-loss SEC champion over a – because, well, then you say Oregon avenges his loss. Well, Alabama just beat the number 1 team in the nation the day before the selection, too. I mean, as impressive as Oregon beating the top or number 4 Washington, that's kind of, I think.
I mean,
outside they leave a one-loss SEC champion out, personally.
But this year too, I also don't see how you leave out a one-loss Pac-12 champion. I think the committee really likes the Pac-12 and what they've. I mean, because top to bottom, you could argue, Pac-12 has been the strongest conference this year, which I could kind of see that, but I don't know. I mean, it's let's just hope we just win. Let's win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that that's done, and then hey, let's win next
Well,
week, and we don't have
let's
to
just
worry about
hope.
any of
Let's
this.
hope. Or and Oregon loses tonight.
Ooh.
Right.
Florida State.
And Texas.
Nah, I'm not going to pull for Florida. But yeah, Texas loses. What's the Texas score right now?
Blake Newman's got us.
It's
Texas up 10-0 at the moment. Texas Tech driving now.
Texas Tech driving. And that
So-
game's in Austin or Lubbock. Austin, yeah.
I really want to talk about this. In the beginning of the season, SEC stunk it up, right? So, like, I mean, we lost to big games like Florida State and other teams, and I feel like tomorrow is kind of revengeful. I think if Kentucky might beat Louisville, I don't know if that's going to ever happen, but it could. If South Carolina beats Clemson, if Georgia beats Georgia Tech, which will happen. But, like, you know, these teams like Florida might beat Florida State, you know, that SEC might put it on top. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like we have a good day tomorrow. I think the playoff committee might look at the SEC a lot stronger than the other conferences, if that makes sense.
Well, here's the thing, too. Yeah. Here's the thing, too. You know, I read this from an Alabama fan the other day. He was saying there are two teams, I'm pretty sure this is right. There are only two teams in the nation right now that have wins over teams currently in the top 25, and that's one, Georgia, two, Alabama. You know, we beat who? Ole Miss, Tennessee, Missouri.
Yeah.
Alabama's beaten
Ole Miss,
Tennessee, and
LSU.
Yeah.
LSU still, yeah.
But
right.
not even the Pac-12. There's not even a team out there that can say, you know, they have 3 wins against. And now, maybe after tomorrow that's the case, but as of right now, I'm pretty sure those are the only two teams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that has to help because there's a difference between strength of schedule, strength of record. Georgia's strength of schedule this year was awful. Strength of record may actually not be that bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, you look, they just reeled off wins against Missouri when they beat them was at the time, what was Missouri? 13 at the time? But now they're a top 10 team. Now they're a top 10 team.
Yeah.
And just dominated Arkansas. And then Ole Miss was number 9. They were a top 10 team. Now they were number 12 and won. And then Tennessee was number 21. Is that right? Or were they 17 when we beat them?
Tennessee was
17. Now they dropped to 21.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 3 straight wins in a row versus top 20 opponents. I mean, pretty stout. And, I mean, pretty convincing wins, too.
That's the thing. I mean, if it was just us squeaking it out, you know.
Missouri's got a good football team, man. Did y'all watch that game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they were very good. There was 2 big fights, too. It was great. It was a crazy game.
Oh, really?
Crazy. I didn't see that.
Yes. 2 big brawls.
Dang.
Arkansas trying to put up a fight. They were like, "I fight for my coach." I was like, "That's good to see."
Wow. Yeah, I wonder if the athletic directors having second thoughts, telling the pit boss to come back one more year. Oh man, I hate it for him. I hope he makes a good offense coordinator hire and maybe can turn some things around next year.
At Texas A&M, who do you? Huh. No, sorry, Bart. Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying. Sorry, I'm. This is way off topic, but I'm checking about your tickets, Adam. He said he put an extra R in the email, so he's seeing how he can get them back to resend them to you for tomorrow. So yeah,
right, we'll get.
Hey, if anybody wants to join tomorrow, we are in section 212. Yeah, he said Thorn torn. Yep.
Wow.
So he's
he needs to get them things, hit the old edit button, the unsend button, get them things backtracking. Or just forward his message to Adam Thornton to Adam Thornton. And then if I go in there and claim those tickets, hopefully Adam Thornton isn't a Georgia Tech fan, claims them and gets up to that.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if there's anybody with the last name Thornton. Oh man. JR Real, this is funny. Are we pulling for Bama tomorrow? Just seems kind of sickening.
Auburn was revenge that loss from last week. I
mean, it's hard to really host a good New Mexico State football Fighting Aggie football team, and to stay within 21 points is you got to tip your hat to Auburn, right? I mean, Brother Hughes
Yeah.
was ready to go, but they said Brother Hughes said they had a physical Tuesday. They were going to get really physical this past Tuesday, and I guess people were really going to know, maybe recite the Auburn Creed a little bit, and really get fired up about this Iron Bowl and just the pride in Auburn. So I guess we're going to get to see, where's the culture going to be that Hugh is laying out, the Reverend's laying out. We'll see that kind of fight Saturday. Weird stuff happens in Jordan-Hare. They get up for Alabama, man, but not this week.
They do.
Yeah.
That was I want Alabama to beat Auburn. Because I just think that tick Alabama off, and then I don't know. I don't care, but Georgia's gonna beat that.
I take the over on Bama if y'all want to pick.
Take the over.
What's the spread?
14.
Oh yeah.
In the first quarter.
Yeah.
I tell you, y'all remember that game 2 years ago though? That was not a good Auburn football team that went to overtime with old Brian Harsin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And Tank Bigsby. I mean, really, Auburn should have won that game, right? Didn't Tank Bigsby run out of bounds or something?
Something stupid like that, yeah.
Just decision that, really, I forgot what it was, but, so that was a game. Hey, I don't know. And then Alabama lost to Auburn in 19 to Jordan-Hare. That was the Mac Jones game when Tua was hurt. And then in 17, of course, Auburn beat him. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, it's not going to happen. But there's going to be some fun games, man. There's going to be some fun games to watch Saturday. I cannot wait for Michigan, Ohio State. Cannot wait.
Me either, man. And we get to watch it this year. We get to watch it this year. We never did.
Finally.
We never get to watch that game, man. Never get to watch that game.
That one we really don't get to watch much of, or well, not really the beginning of the Iron Bowl. We get to see that. So
yeah, I mean, you get to see a little bit of Louisville, Kentucky. I mean, who doesn't want to watch Louisville, Kentucky? I am interested. I am interested to see who wins that game. If Kentucky can pull it off, that'd be huge for Mark Stoops to do that, man. But boy, you talk about some pressure. Boy, that'd be some pressure right there, man.
Ooh, look at this. Oregon State, Oregon tied
0-0
in the first
minutes in the first. What is that? 13:55 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I do that to Adam all the time. When he's Adam, on game days, he'll be like, "Hey, Carson, give me some scores. Give me some scores," and I'll be like, "Ooh, look at this game. It's so and so
Tennessee State versus UAB."
Yeah,
that's going to be just something like that. But what it drives me crazy is I'll be driving, and it'll be after Georgia's game, we're coming home. We got a big interest in another game going on, and Clark will go, oh, like get all excited, like, oh my gosh, you just see that. I said, what? I'm thinking somebody just scampered for about a 75-yard touchdown run or something, but no. I mean, there's probably like a 4-yard run on the play, but Clark likes to over-exaggerate it.
Yes,
and I think that. There's a big play, some big momentum change of play in the game, but no, it's just like a 3 or 4 yard run off tackle, So I mean,
I got to start doing that. Then that sounds hilarious.
Oh yeah, you need to. I mean, Clark gets me every time with it because you just think that it's just this dramatic reaction to like a 3-yard run, essentially.
Yeah.
But he might have made somebody miss, broke somebody's ankles on the play, and then Clark has this reaction, and then I think, instead of a 70-yard run, it was really just pick up a 3. So
yeah,
good times.
Blake Newman says the battle of the backup quarterbacks tomorrow in Florida.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all,
Florida.
That's going to be an interesting game. What do you think about it?
Florida's, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I can't trust. I guess I trust Florida State's quarterback a little bit more than Florida's. I don't know much about them, to be honest. Do y'all know anything about them?
I don't know anything about Florida State or Florida's backup quarterbacks. Not a thing.
I know Florida State's really good on the outside, but Florida's not really good at defending that either. So, I mean, I don't know.
I think both of the quarterbacks that came in for Mertz and Travis last week did fairly well. I mean, of course, Florida State's playing North Alabama, but they did come back and outscored them 52-0 after being down 13-0. And then I think is it the Brown kid from Florida? Last name Brown?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he played. I mean, I think he did all right. I mean, that wasn't the reason why Florida lost as a backup quarterback. It's because nobody decides, maybe we need to, you look at Austin Armstrong. So many tools for his disposal in his toolbox for Florida's defense. Clark, they talked about Austin Armstrong and White that he said, we run multiple defenses, right? Not a one-trick pony per se. We do different things. But when it's 4th and 17 and the other team has Luther Burden, how do you let Luther Burden run 20 yards upfield past the first down marker?
A dig. That's what it was, just a little dig route.
And nobody is within 3 or 4 yards of him. Just allow him.
It's ridiculous.
Sounds like a Todd Grantham defense to me.
That's right. Yeah, that's what they said. Instead of 3rd and Grantham, now you got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Armstrong now down there.
So, man. They're a dumpster fire, man. But, it's hard to play in the swamp. I mean, you got to give them credit. They get up, they get loud, and
yeah, Billy's way
I've been there
better
before.
Yeah.
I've been there before when Tim Tebow played there. It was
really
loud. Yeah, Tebow was my favorite player. It was it's like my whole family's from Florida, so I just went down there for Thanksgiving. So, no, before Thanksgiving, it was an easy game. I don't know what it was, but just seeing Tim Tebow made me love the college game more because how we played it and everything. And then Cam Newton after that, just players after that. But Matthew Stafford was one of my favorite players too. So, but I mean, just looking back at that, watching like Swamp King, it's just like, man, I remember that.
Well, I remember it. Unfortunately, I remember it very well.
Yeah, but Florida's a fun place, but Georgia's a lot better, in my opinion.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
That's right, Wyatt. Yes, sir.
Right.
Blake Newman, outside of Bama. Oregon is about the only CFP contender that would bring the Munson out of me.
Man. I agree.
Oregon's a good team.
Oregon is a good team. Oregon is a good team. Very experienced quarterback, for sure.
Just like Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning is cut from the same cloth. I mean, as Saban. He was. I don't like to use the word disciple. It's a little too sacrilegious for me. I'm going to say he was an apprentice, maybe, of Saban.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, apprentice.
An apprentice.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this. Go ahead, what?
Yeah. No, an interesting fact. I just thought about this. Oregon's 10-1, right? So in 16, Kirby Smart, when he first came, was horrible. I think Dan Lanning had like a similar thing with his first year at Oregon. Now he's 10-1, about to be 11-1, just like Kirby was in 17. So I'm just like, you kind of see the similarities a little bit, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but that's just blows my mind thinking about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, year 2, Dan Lanning he's done wonders up there in Eugene, Oregon.
Hey,
Oregon, Adam,
that's right.
Right quick. Check to see if you got those tickets.
That's what I'm doing right now.
You got them?
Okay.
We're good.
We're
Okay, good.
I got
goodness.
I got them.
All right. Well, let's bring on another patron, shall we?
Rich.
Rich gave me one of these. Like, hey, don't put me on just yet.
He said, hold on a little bit. Is there anybody else waiting backstage too?
No, just Rich right now.
Awesome.
We'll see.
Good deal.
What's he saying? I can't tell if he's telling me. Oh, I think he's getting his headphone situation. He's doing this.
He's got to get that right.
Can you see him, Adam, in the backstage area?
No, I can't.
Or is it just me?
I can't, man.
Okay.
I think it's just you. I don't know how to get on the backstage area. I was just lucky to get on it, period. Like, you'd already started. I was just, and the countdown was going, and I couldn't get my email up. I couldn't remember the password to my Google account to sign out of Kelsey's
Gmail.
My gosh. Get on my Gmail to get to and then y'all started talking, and you started talking. I was like, well, I'm late to another After Dark show,
No.
So,
wouldn't be the same without you.
Wouldn't be the same without it, showing up fashionably late. Nice car.
Well, look at all this. Look at what we could do.
What can
we could just do all sorts of stuff here.
Ooh.
Whoa, okay, that's a little too much there. And
there you go.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna take over the show right now. No, I'm just kidding.
That's good stuff.
Oh man. Rich, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go, man. If you're not, no, he's giving me one of these numbers. Like,
We got to
not
ask
yet.
Rich about the Bills, man. I looked at their record.
Who's
the other
the
day. What's that? What?
who's the most improved player for Georgia this year? Let's get back on Georgia. Like who stepped up for y'all?
I gotta say,
Tyke Smith.
Yeah,
I got one for y'all. I got Kendall. I really love Kendall since he got here at Georgia. But the last 2 weeks, man, he's been run hard, and that's the running back that I expected when he came to Georgia, and that's what he was. So I'm very proud of him. So,
yeah, man, I feel like he's finally just getting healthy, right? You know, and it was something you kind of saw flashes of in the playoffs last year, but now it just seems like that hamstring's not bothering him as much, and he's just looking like you said, Wyatt, the explosive back we thought he was, and developed a heck of a 1-2 punch with Edwards and Milton. And it's amazing how, you know, where we were at the beginning of the year for the first month with the RB room, and some guys stepped up and needed what had to be done then, and Dylan Bell moving to running back. But yeah, having Milton and Edwards now is a heck of a 1-2 punch, and excited to see what happens the rest of the way with him.
Yeah, but I got to say, I mean, not necessarily improved, but maybe the guy that's really taking a jump is Dylan Bell for me.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not saying like he wasn't. It's not like he was bad last year and then all of a sudden he became good this year.
Right.
He's just got more playing time, and we really have seen what he's been able to do. And like you mentioned, Adam, I mean, he's been moved to that running back position. He's done phenomenal.
Yeah.
Then last week we see him at the slot. You know, we're seeing him all over the place. And, I mean, the kid's just a playmaker. Having a guy like him is special.
Step in when 84 can't go, right? You know?
Right.
I mean, he is
all right. Mr. Rich is ready to go. Rich Beck.
Glory. It's your boy, Rich Beck. Can you hear me right now?
I got you.
We can hear you. We got you.
All right. We got the headphones
clear.
rocking the right way here.
There you
I
go.
went to a tech conference this week, and I was over here after it like, oh, no, what am I going to do? I can't even get the Bluetooth connected anymore.
Oh, you got
They sent me to the tech conference, and I lost it all.
You pulled it together.
I mean, for some reason, my Bluetooth was just not popping up. But hey, how we doing? Glory, y'all.
Doing good, bro.
Another week, a good old-fashioned hate week.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Drop in for a little bit here, see what was going on. Got some other things I have to do later to help my wife, but I got to get here.
I had to get in here. Get
yes, sir, man.
Gotta get it.
That's right.
I want to let you know that I brought that energy the whole time. Rocking Georgia gear. They're like, why is there a Georgia guy at a New York Teachers Conference? And I was like, all about the dogs, baby.
Let them know,
That's
let
right.
them know what you're about, Rich. And I love that, man. Love that.
That's right.
Love
That's
that.
right.
Y'all
So
get
I heard.
Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, so much food. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
Met my older brother came up to mom's house. My kids were running around like crazy kids, and like my dad is a big like auction guy, so he got them all these new auction toys.
I love that.
And pulled them in, and the kids were having a blast. They got like my mom got the Christmas, animatronic.
Yeah.
$32 thing singing the Christmas Carol or something like that.
Right there. That's gold.
So my kids were just like, it's magic. We watched some football. We had a good time.
Yeah.
One of the best days of the year. Love that, Rich, man. Yeah, I gained 3 pounds from yesterday morning to this morning.
Now, I feel like now's a great time to talk about the turkey and ham debate, Adam. I'm going to let you present this to the people. We just need to get a pulse here. I mean, what is everybody's thoughts?
I mean, just to kind of, since this is Row 60 After Dark, and we just talk about just
be off the rails
everybody here. Everybody just hanging out, just discussing whatever comes to mind. And I don't know, I just got to thinking what I posted that on the Facebook page last night. I was rocking Cal to sleep. She was asleep, and I was thinking about it. But I don't know. I went to 2 Thanksgiving meals yesterday. Traditional stuff. You got the dressing, you got the ham, you got the turkey, all that good stuff, the casseroles and whatnot, squash casserole. And I got ham and turkey both times now. It's not that I don't like turkey or don't discriminate that, because I'm a poultry guy after all. I don't work with turkeys, but, still a poultry guy. So, but the ham I've seen the past few years, I've enjoyed it more and went back for seconds for ham over turkey. And Like, let's think about it. But even so, in this too now, why don't we eat steak for Thanksgiving? I mean, really, is turkey really?
That's it. That's the energy I need, baby.
All right, Rich. Why? Let's ask ourselves this question. When you go out to eat, who just says, I'm going to get some turkey? I'm going to get some turkey.
Nobody.
I mean, like a cooked turkey, like you have on. You might eat like a turkey sandwich. You get out of the deli or whatever from whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you're going out,
maybe
for
a turkey sub.
Yeah, but are you just going to go, Rich? Like get a freaking piece of turkey? Show on?
No, I get ham. I get ham.
It.
That's right. You get ham. You
get steak. Go out getting steak.
Right? Maybe some pasta. Like so, is it in the first Thanksgiving story with the Native Americans and the Pilgrims? It was. Do we know for a fact that they went out and killed a turkey? Was it a turkey?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I'll say this.
There's a lot of stories.
Yeah, that's true. I'll say this. Some of the best Thanksgiving meals that I've been to have had prime rib. That's where that's the go-to for me.
I don't care.
That's
but
my
I
Christmas
think we
Eve
should
right
get
there.
something. You know, even more so. I mean, I was just thinking what's offered between ham and turkey. I think ham is superior. But I don't know. Why don't roast 60? We start getting steak for every holiday.
Just start making it a thing.
Everybody's getting steak.
Yeah, everybody just gets steak.
With
the prime
down
rib
for
or
that.
something. So,
ham or turkey though for me, I'm on team both. Like I'm team Switzerland, I guess, right here. Because, my mom, we do my mom on Thanksgiving, right? And she does turkey. We get some pierogies in there. We're not Polish at all, but we got some Polish like half siblings or something like that. So get the pierogies in, and mashed potatoes, stuffing. This year my mom came up with the spicy sausage stuffing.
Ooh.
Sandy Brown, that's the stuff right there. But then on Sunday we go to the in-laws, and they're about the ham because you already had turkey, so they got the ham. It's smoked in the smoker to perfection. Not a tagger. We ain't got no technology in there telling us how to pull our meat out.
That's right.
He knows how to do it.
Love that.
Enjoy it.
Love
then
that.
I'm sure there'll be like 5,000 rolls with butter that I'll be just hammering down. And you said 3 pounds. I'll raise you 5 by the end of the weekend.
Oh, love that, Rich. Hey,
gotta crank it up a couple notches.
That's right. Crank it up a couple
notches. Not in a good way.
This is the best time of year. You eat. It's cold out. You need to add some insulation to yourselves a little bit and get fired up about the dogs and college football all day. So,
y'all, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go back in and get another plate. Like this is Thanksgiving again for us tonight. So also, can y'all hear this?
Yeah, I can hear you. My mother makes the best.
They're good.
It's a pecan cheesecake, and
talking dessert now.
So good. It is so good. Well, I took like a whole plate of the thing that was remaining from the gathering last night. I've already had 2 pieces of it today, so just rolling, just getting ready for the dogs.
Let me ask you.
The big
let me ask Rich this specifically, and then I want to ask Wyatt. But I want to hear Rich's response first because I think it's going to differ. How do you say the word? And I'm not going to say it, but how do you say pecan?
Pecan.
You say pecan.
Pecan.
Interesting.
Pecan.
Wyatt, what about you?
Pecan.
Pecan. Okay.
Pecan.
I'm the weird one.
What do you say?
I say pecan.
Pecan.
I don't say the P. I just say pecan.
The pecan.
I know that's kind of a southern thing to do. I don't do it.
One thing.
Well, the real answer is there's no pecan pie up here, so it's.
Hey, but one thing Rich said, that's funny, and his mind blows me out. How do people get 2 different things off of stuffing and dressing? Like we call it dressing.
Yeah.
And other people call it stuffing. Like, where do you get dressing and stuffing from? Like, how's it? That's
you're stuffing it in there, man.
Yeah,
stuffing right in there.
That's right. Like, but it's just crazy, man. You think about it, and now we're going off a completely different tangent. If you had to come to America and learn the English language, Can you believe like the different? I mean,
Oh my gosh!
I mean, how hard of a language when you have different things being called different things, pronunciated different ways. I mean, it's a wild time.
Yeah. I've heard from other people that English is the hardest language to learn. I mean, because of that reason, you just have so many different sayings, and then dialects different places. Is that the right terminology? Dialect?
Yeah, dialect.
Or that's, I guess, is that your no? Yeah, dialect. No,
it's the way you say things, right?
Yeah, the way you say. Yeah.
Not like not your draw or your like me over here with the nasalies up here.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich, you don't really give off a New York accent to me.
I ain't a New Yorker like that, yo. I'm a Western New Yorker. That's very different than the New York City guy.
Discussion with Rich. We had this discussion before.
Like I'm here's New York City.
That's right.
Way over there, and I'm on the other west side completely. You see the Lake Erie. You see it. It's there. You know.
Yeah.
I'm by that. Not over.
So you're closer. Would you say you're closer? Oh boy, let me hope.
Here we go.
I hope my geography's okay. You would be closer to Michigan than you would be New York City, correct? Or no?
I don't know. Hour-wise, I mean, on the map it looks closer. That's for sure. But I'm not sure about that. I mean, I've driven to Michigan, but we went through Canada and over to Michigan.
Oh yeah.
But
I guess that
makes
sense. Yeah.
I think I'm probably still closer to New York because we can get there in like 8 hours. I feel like it's probably longer to get to Michigan. I don't know though. I don't know.
Interesting.
I never went direct drive to Michigan, but I'm not going there unless Georgia's playing there. And why would we play there? So.
That's right. Why would we?
Hey, next year in a playoff game, don't count it out.
What, you're gonna play in Michigan though in a playoff game?
You could, yeah.
Maybe.
We could play.
Go
ahead, Wyatt.
Ford Field.
No, I said maybe. I mean, you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, Rich, what they're going to do, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure the first round, I guess that'd be the quarterfinals of the playoffs next year, and moving forward in the 12-team playoff, the first game is played at the state, like at your team stadium, which is going to be wild.
Okay. That is wild. That is going to be crazy.
Hopefully, we'll always have a bye.
Are they going by bowl names during that playoff? Like
after the second,
they got to get that money.
Oh yeah, the second round they will. The first round will be just on the higher seeded college campus, but then the second round they'll start the bowl games up. So it's gonna be a wild
like, could y'all imagine playing? God, let me think of somebody like a Washington or an Oregon at home in Sanford on a cold. Wait a second. Now here's another thing too. Are they going to start these games in December? Or are they going to wait till? Are they going
middle of December?
Wow.
SEC championship game, and then win all those games. That man,
gosh, man,
it's wild, man.
It's going to be changing everything.
You talk about a brutal schedule next year, man. With Texas, Alabama, going to Ole Miss, it's in Clemson. Yeah.
Clemson's not. No.
Ain't nobody worried about
Clemson.
Nobody's worried about Clemson.
Nobody's worried.
The only one that's worried about Clemson is Dabo.
That's right.
And Tyler from Spartanburg.
That's right. So it's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild year next year. I'm excited to just to see what happens. I mean, it's 2 regular season losses get you in the playoffs. You know, if you're in Georgia, right?
I think it's going to get you. I think it's going to get you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, it's the top 12, right?
Right.
Yeah. Look at the top 12 right now. 2 losses. There's 2 losses in there for sure.
That's right.
When I jumped in, you guys were talking about FSU. What'd you guys think about? What'd you guys come down to with the quarterback situation there?
I think, man, I think it would be a absolute atrocity and a travesty and just complete ridiculousness if they do go 13-0. If they beat Florida tomorrow, then they beat Louisville next week, and then the committee says because their quarterback's injured not to put them in the playoffs. That's ridiculous, man. I don't think there's any reason why.
Is Washington still undefeated, right?
Right.
But if Washington's undefeated, they've got the Heisman candidate quarterback. Right. Are they not a better team than FSU?
I think Washington would beat FSU 100%. But
that's where I'm at. Like now, if somebody else sneaks in, because we're gonna lose One of the big dominoes are going down.
That's right. So Michigan or Ohio State's losing. So I'm hoping it's Georgia versus Florida State in New Orleans. That would just be a dream matchup.
Oh yeah.
And then it's Washington, Oregon, or whoever versus Michigan, Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. So you get your Pac-12, Big Ten traditional matchup in the Rose Bowl, and then Florida State, Georgia, man, the Sugar Bowl. That'd be a dream.
I would like Florida State.
Huh? What?
No, I said I would like Florida State, but I don't think we're going to get it. I think we're going to get Washington.
I think we'll get Washington. I think it'll be who would be the third? Who would be the third number? So you think if let's say Georgia beats Alabama, and you're going to say Washington beats Oregon, and
and I think Texas.
Oh, you think Texas will be 3, and then Washington 4?
Yeah, because Ohio State will be 2.
Okay.
Huh. So many scenarios. I mean, this is
no. It'll be Texas 4, and then Washington at 3, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a rematch of the old 2019 Sugar Bowl, and for the 18th season, Georgia and Texas.
But I don't know how
that sounds fresh. That sounds fresh to me.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That was a long time ago. I'm ready for that again.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, but this is going to be the first year there's going to be absolute ridiculous pandemonium in the playoff show. Because, I mean, people say they've been cheated in years past or so shouldn't have got in. But this is, I think, is going to be the first legitimate year that somebody is going to get cheated that really deserved to be in there. Because, you keep waiting for chaos to happen, man, but we're running out of weeks of ball for chaos to happen, and no chaos has happened yet.
This has got to be. This is the chaos week.
It's got to be, right? Rivalry weekend and then championship.
One of them has to be.
I mean,
this time last year, Carolina put it on Clemson, and Clemson was actually a fringe playoff team. All they had to do was beat Carolina and win the ACC, and they were in. But
Southern Cal was a shoe in for the playoffs.
Right.
They got beat by Utah second time in the Pac-12 championship at Friday night. But all right, my new adjusted. At the beginning of the season, I said Georgia, Michigan, Texas, and Ohio State had 2 Big Ten teams. That's not going to happen. Both Big Ten teams aren't making it. I'm going to go Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, and Florida State. I
don't see Florida State.
I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the smoke settles. If Florida State beats Florida, then they beat Louisville, they will get in over a one-loss. I think an undefeated ACC champion will get in over a one-loss Big 12 champion. But
I don't remember what I picked for the playoff. But
I wish I didn't remember. Mine is horrible. I had Georgia, Michigan. Those two sound great. But then I was like, I'm just going to roll the dice here. I want to be different. I tried to be too much like Desmond Howard.
Right.
Like Desmond Howard just, man, I think he just,
Pittsburgh,
oh my gosh.
Texas A&M, Michigan, everything.
Yeah. So, but I took USC and LSU, man. Are you kidding me? And neither of those teams are – one of them's not even ranked. One of them is barely making it to a bowl game this year. But anyway.
I definitely thought USC was going to be better. I think I put Texas in. That's what I feel like I had. And then I had either Michigan or Ohio State. I think I would probably go Ohio State because they played us so close.
Yeah.
But, it's the matchup, right? Like, that's why tomorrow's game is super interesting because, we played Michigan a few years ago. Slacked them. Then we play Ohio State. That's the closest game greatest game of all time. I don't care. I think that's the greatest game I've ever seen in college football.
It was.
It's up there. It's up there for sure.
I hated it. It was not about.
I like the Rose Bowl. I love the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl too, man. It's hard. It's like trying to pick a favorite child between the Rose Bowl and the Ohio State Georgia game. But the Rose Bowl was special, I think, being the first playoff win ever for Georgia. But, I mean, both of them, it's been unreal that you get to experience them. Come 2 playoff games Georgia be in and be coming out on top of both of those playoff games. It's amazing. Hey, Clark, highlight Blake's comment right there. Y'all remember the 0-2? Yeah. Yes, Blake.
Barely.
Good dude, man. I was 9 years old and went down there. I remember Chris Ricks was Florida State starting quarterback, but he overslept for an exam, so Bobby Bowden suspended him for that game. And a guy from Americus was a second-string quarterback. What was his name? Faulkner? I forgot. But anyway, he was from Americus, Georgia. And he started by Anquan Bolden, the old NFL receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. Anquan Bolden played quarterback most of that game. And Georgia beat him 26-13.
Adam, how could you –
I got to watch that game.
It's pretty good.
How could you see that comment if you can't see?
Oh, I got the comments, man. I got the comments.
Oh, you do? Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Well, no, that's I can switch over the comments, man. I can see what the people are saying.
All right, try clicking on one. I want to see what happens.
No, I can't highlight one like you.
Wait, Rich, can y'all see it?
This is good here. This is good discussion for everybody.
The comments in the I can see some. Oh, I can look at that.
Yeah. That's cool. Go ahead.
There's no way because Iowa. I watched the Nebraska-Iowa game a little bit today, and that was just
I tried too.
It's so hard.
I tried. I fell asleep. I couldn't do it.
It was the most pitiful display of offensive football I've ever seen. Now, Phil Parker, God bless him.
I was cheering for him.
Yeah. They got a heck of a defense, but they cannot move the ball forward at all. They had two.
It's so sad.
They stalled out on red zone drives twice and had 2 field goals blocked.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, if that did happen, if Iowa did somehow win, that would be some more pandemonium, man.
Georgia gets in then.
Yeah,
yeah, for real.
Win or lose. Mm-hmm. So
I there's only one team in this world that ever makes me nervous, and it's Alabama. I don't know why.
Oh.
I know. I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah,
I know you don't want to hear it, but Saban, I just like he just won't go down. He's like Jason Voorhees, man. He just keeps popping back up.
He does. He does. It's fascinating. It's it's just like, man, go spend time with your grandchildren,
please.
Yeah. Go to the lake. There's more to life than football, right?
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't say that to Kirby Smart.
He's not there.
We ain't got to worry about that for a long time.
You don't have grandchildren, man.
That's true.
His kids are old enough to.
No, let's not go there. Oh.
I'll watch him on
After Dark.
I'll watch him on Pat McAfee every Thursday for the interview and stuff at work, and I hear it in my headphones, and he sounds like he could do 5 more years, but I don't know. I really don't.
He will, and I'm sure he can, man. I'm sure he will, and I'm sure he can. There's no doubt if Alabama beats Georgia next Saturday, they'll win the national championship.
Yeah,
no doubt. It just feels like it, right?
Well, I don't know. Ohio State, I don't know. Ohio State could be Bama.
Well, here's the thing, and I've said this on the podcast. The teams that are going to beat Georgia are teams with an elite offensive line, with an elite quarterback, and elite receivers. If you got those 3 things and a respectable defense, you got those 3 things, you got a great shot.
This is going to be a fun exercise. Let's go back and look at the quarterbacks and the receivers that beat Georgia the past 5 times.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and
Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase.
Elite.
The most ridiculous one. Last time was Mac. Well, let's start. 21 SEC championship. Bryce Young,
Mechie, and Williamson.
All them, And then in 2020, Kyle Trask. He's still back up with the Bucks, right? On an NFL roster. And,
Kyle Pitts.
Right? So top 5 pick, tight end, kills, whatever, that game. And then 20 in Alabama, Mac Jones, first-round quarterback.
Devontae Smith.
Jalen Waddle. Devontae Smith. Henry Ruggs, but Jerry Jeudy. That group. And then you go before that. There's Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, man.
And then before that was Tyler, what's his name from South Carolina?
Ryan Halitsky. Yeah.
No, Ryan Halitsky, not Tyler Halitsky.
Yeah, Ryan.
Tyler Halitsky was the kid from Washington State, right? His brother.
Had a bad. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But Ryan Halitsky, he was a freshman then, and then he transferred to Northwestern and didn't work out. Yeah, that's true. Ryan Halitsky doesn't fit my narrative, Clark.
Mine neither. Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know if he fits my narrative, but
yeah, he did in college.
He was great in college. I'm sorry, I'm so like
rich
of him from his pro. He's not good, guys. Sorry.
How are the Bills like 500 this year, Rich?
Bro, I don't know. I mean, we want to sit here and blame Ken Dorsey, bro, but I'm not in the business of blaming coaches when you pay millions and millions to players.
I love Ken Dorsey, man. That was
not a. I think that honestly, my personal opinion is, Ken Dorsey is like very structured, organized. He wants it the way he wants it. And Josh Allen just ain't that guy.
Oh yeah.
Josh Allen is like Brett Favre. I got a gunsling. I got to run. I got to do crazy stuff. That's when he's in his best. So he can't be. That's just my opinion. I don't know anything. I coached a modified football team.
Has there been a big drop off then in production, even last year, not having DeBall since DeBall left and went to New York?
Well, I mean, there's been a real drop in fan support for sure because Dayball, they love Dayball here.
Really?
They're still calling for Dayball. They're like, they're going to fire Dayball. Bring him in. Bring him back. But
Blake said, wait, hold on. Let me pull this up.
You're right. You're right, Blake. Yeah. Turn that energy up. Turn it up.
Turn it up 5. That's right.
Crank it up about 5.
5 right there. I love that.
We need to get that Philadelphia GM in here. He could be the assistant because we got a pretty decent GM. And he needs to just come in and be like, hey, this guy from Georgia, this guy from Georgia, this guy from Georgia. Oh, wait, you don't need another tight end from Georgia? You need this guy.
Yeah.
That's right. I saw Brock Bowers. I saw Brock Bowers maybe go to New York Giants, and I please to the Lord that he doesn't go there. Do not go to the Giants.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, if Dayball
that'd be awful.
I believe that he will be able to make. I believe that he'll be able to continue Brock. I believe in Dayball.
Fun fact. Brian Dayball.
It's not an NFL podcast.
No. It's good.
It's okay.
This is what this is. This is about just chatter. Everybody catching up, man. And I mean, main topic is Georgia football, but we talk football stuff. But Brian Dayball was the offensive coordinator during the horrendous 2nd and 26 game for Alabama.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, that's right.
Refresh me about that because I was not paying attention.
Yeah, 1 year he was Alabama coordinator in 17, right? And then Loxley was 18, I want to say. Mike Loxley, the Maryland head coach, I think. Maybe. Yeah. No, Dayball was in 17. That's right.
Kale said Kirby will make Mill Doo-Doo beat us with his arm and take away his legs with Dart at Ole Miss. Man, I hope so because I'm telling you, Jalen Milroe is an athlete. And I don't think many people gave him credit, or especially I didn't, early in the season for his athleticism. But, man, they've it's what good coaches do. You know, you see you got a problem at quarterback and you say, okay, maybe Jalen Milroe can't throw the ball downfield like our past 3-4 quarterbacks we've had here. But maybe we should just adapt the offense.
Well, he started to connect on the deep ball a little bit, and they've called it a little bit better to utilize his leg. I mean, do we got to tip our hat to Tommy Reese? Is that where we're at now? I mean, yes. But how much of it is
not yet?
Look at the total defensive production from when you could say Alabama ramped it up until now. I guess LSU game on. I mean, there's no doubt. Anybody who watched them see, they're playing more confidently. They've changed, adjusted, that Milroe's more comfortable. But it's not like he's carving up the 85 Bears out there, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think he's seen a secondary like what he'll see in Atlanta next week. And
that's a huge difference right there.
We can't look ahead, y'all.
And I want to. Alabama likes to run the ball between the tackles, and I think that's what kills Georgia is the running off tackle stretch. Cody Schrader, like Missouri type. But Bama's got the big offensive lineman just kind of buoy up front, run between the tackles. And I just don't see him gashing Georgia between the tackles, right?
Oh boy, don't say that.
I feel like it's
they
that,
won't find a way
QB
to
run. It's that QB run that you got to worry the most about, and like
keep him contained.
Yeah,
that's this guy's talent, right? Like that's his number one thing is his legs. He is a legit running back body.
Yeah,
that knows how to play quarterback. Like,
well, he could throw it. He could throw 50, 60 yards, man. I mean, he's got an arm too. I mean, nobody says
pass.
Yeah,
no.
Well, we just better hope young CJ Allen. He knows his assignment.
You dang right.
And hey, and I don't doubt that he will. You know, I don't doubt that he will be ready.
So good. I'm excited, man. Hopefully, get some guys back. I mean, you know, is Ratledge going to play? Is McConkey going to play?
Hey, I heard. I got an update for both of those guys. I don't think Vlad's going to play this week, but obviously next week. I think that's what everybody expects. But no, we're good with Tate and Ra. I think they're both good to go for tomorrow.
Did you get a little?
I got an inside scoop. Yep. Yes.
So
can't say
know
who.
if it was,
you got to reveal your sources.
You guys. Did you guys mention maybe a tightrope on Ladd? Was that you guys or was that somebody else?
I think I might have said that because I read it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure.
That was a rumor that came out that circulated Sunday.
I don't like that for us.
And he's not though. He's not.
Nah.
He looked fine. He looked fine on the podcast. I mean, I watched the podcast last night. I mean, it was recorded last week, and I think it got hurt like 2 weeks ago. So he looked like he was fine. I mean, he's hurt, but I mean, you got to give him time. It's probably sprained ankle or something, but you know, I don't know. He looks fine. He's happy.
It's about to be December. Who's not hurt playing football right now? Right.
That's right.
Everyone's got
fake news at him. That's right. That's right.
I didn't say it was you.
That's right. No, I think it was me. I know. I
heard that and I was like, "What?" I didn't try any Google searches. You
guys
are the gospel for me.
No. It was. I read it somewhere, and I thought, man, of course that would happen, right? Everybody else and their brother, and at this point, let's just all get tight ropes, fans, players, everything. Let's all just go and get tight ropes.
When I sprain can they do that for plantar fasciitis, bro? Because I'll take it.
That's right. Everybody needs.
Y'all, I just won $10. I had to tell y'all about this. So, me and my buddy McKay, we made this bet early in the season that I said Mississippi State, they won't be dead last in the SEC West, and he was like, no, they are going to be dead last. I promise you. I felt very confident that Arkansas would be dead last. He thought Mississippi State. So anyway, we made a $10 bet, and he just Venmoed me the money. So what I told him, though, last night, I said, listen, what I want you to do is take the $10 you're going to pay me tomorrow, and I just want you to put it on Ole Miss covering by 10 points. And Ole Miss won 17-7, so it pushed, and we didn't win anything, but we also didn't lose. So anyway, I just won $10.
That's great.
I like that. That Blake Newman's got going here.
Oh yeah,
Dylan
ring the bell.
Dylan ring the bell.
Yes,
I do love that.
I like that.
We're gonna get it over like the surgeon here. I'm gonna keep hammering that drum. Boom, boom.
Yes.
Milton, if you actually compare Milroe and Milton stats, very similar.
Really though.
Yes, if you compare Joe Milton and Jalen Milroe's stats, there's not much difference.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do it? You want to do it? It's kind of a.
Dylan Bell did in fact throw more touchdowns than Joe Milton did last Saturday. That's the. Oh man, that's amazing.
Ring that bell, baby. Ring it.
Big Hunter White is on the way to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, let's go, man.
Love that.
Good to see you. Hey, Hunter, let us know, man, where your seats are. What are we, Adam? Section 212, something like that.
Just downloading them in the old digital wallet, man.
But yeah, come. Let's meet up tomorrow. Anybody who's coming tomorrow. Rich Beck, White, y'all just
hey, Rich, go ahead and get you a red eye out here.
Yeah,
come on in Atlanta.
Flap my wings on down. I wish, man. I wish more than anything I would be, if I could.
Buy in the chat. Come on, man.
But hey guys, I'm gonna drop. My daughter just came back from a birthday party.
Brother.
I'm gonna go give her hugs and kisses. Good night.
Go
dogs. Absolutely. Go dogs, Rich.
So how do y'all feel about Carson so far this season? Like, what do you I mean, what do you liked about him since he's grown up this whole year? I mean, every game he grows, every time he just deals, he does what he's supposed to do. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks Georgia's had in a long time. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but
I mean, I agree. I think he's exceeded expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see how you could ask for anything else more out of him. I think, if there's anything, which this is really reaching, so definitely don't take this as I'm complaining anything about Carson Beck, but if there's anything that you might want to see him, maybe it would be nice to see connect a couple times tomorrow. If they cheat their safeties up and try to take away, it felt like in Knoxville last week did a lot of slants, What if they cheat their safeties up and try to take away some of that middle of the field stuff? If we try to hit some deep shots, down the field, and maybe if Carson connects on a couple of them, that's just a couple more things that Kevin Steele and Nick Saban's got to think about and get on film if we stretch the ball out a little bit more downfield. But either way, I mean, he's a good decision maker. His read defense is great right now.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
This is a great point by JR. If he was on any other team with his stats, he is in New York City regardless. I'm 100% in agreement. I think the voters just might have something against Georgia. Well, I say that. I mean, Stetson did make it to New York, but I mean,
he's just flashy enough for them. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, you're good,
man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's a popularity award more than my thing is, if I'm looking for the best offensive player or just the best player in general, I mean, I'm looking at the Maxwell Award, right? That's is that the best offensive player? Is that right?
Usually,
For
usually
sure.
a quarterback wins it.
Yeah.
Award,
But no, I mean, I think Brock should be there. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are probably in agreement with me on that. If you're a Georgia fan, but you can't, I guess, give it to him because he did miss those games. But man, it makes you wonder, does he at least make it to New York if he doesn't get injured? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. But Carson Beck should be in New York. Man,
agreed.
He's playing the best. He's making himself money more and more every game.
He sure is. Hunter, hold up just a second. What? Let's see. Missed what you said. Heard Hunter, then got hit with the service bug again. We were saying tomorrow, just let us know when you get there. We're in section 212. It's in that upper end zone. We'd love to meet up with you, man. JR, we already read that one. Star Wars, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hop on if you want to. And then, Carson should be in New York. I think we're all in agreement with it. I mean, he's played lights out this season, and knock on wood. It's like Adam said in the last episode. There's so many people who they're kind of thinking, well, when's he going to have that game where he struggles? But he just really hasn't. And he's been tested, right? He's been on the road in two hostile environments and played really well.
Down by 2 scores.
Right.
On the road, going in the half. He was down by 2 scores in his first SEC game he started at home, man. I mean, this team's fought adversity. There's not like there was a question this time 2 years ago with the 21 team is like, can this team play 4 quarters if they're tested? Because your starters are going out in the middle of the third quarter. They were just blowing everybody out. They hadn't trailed 2 years ago, really, and everything. But with this team, there's not that question. If Georgia could be a 4-quarter team, there's no type of adversity that is going to rattle this Georgia team. So that's what I'm excited about, man. It's just I think this team's going to it's peaking at the right time too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blake said 250 plus passing yards in every game. That's a crazy stat.
It is
right
crazy
there.
Stat. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And some respectable defenses in that. I mean, I wouldn't say all worldly or anything, but it's playing in the SEC doing that, and it's pretty good, especially when you're handing the ball off. It's not like we're an air raid attack. I mean, we're a pretty balanced team.
Yeah.
Well, when George Pickens wanted to do the combine, the pro day, I don't know if y'all know this, but he wanted Carson to throw. I mean, just after that, hearing that, and then watching his training videos in Florida, Like, he just throws it a lot better than any quarterback that I've seen in a long time. Like, he just spins it, man, and he throws it really hard. As you saw last week, he has a fastball like 100 miles an hour. Slow down, man.
Yeah.
He didn't Brock drop one because he zoomed it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
he zoomed it.
I mean, that's one of those things. I mean, right when Brock turned his head around, it was right there at him. And Brock's so good at making them catches. But, I mean, Carson Beck, he's playing just more unreal than what I thought. And I've said this before, but I kind of wrote him off 2 years ago after the UAB game, second game of the year, when JT was hurt. I think I said this in the podcast. And Stetson got the start over Carson Beck. And you just kind of could tell his body language on the sideline that day. And then when he actually came into the game, when Georgia was up, like 56-0, 48-0 at the time, he threw the pick six, was the only score that UAB had that day. And you could tell his body language after he threw that, didn't try to go make a tackle. Because, I mean, it was about a 50-yard return, too. I mean, it wasn't like he was just on his own 4-yard line and threw it. And his demeanor when he got back to the sidelines, and Kirby was talking to him, and then what you heard after that he would probably leave, go to Florida State after this year, after 20-21 season. But nah, that didn't happen. Came back, had a great year, 22 behind Stetson Bennett. And then this year just took advantage of it, and working his way up the draft board every single game. And I think by the time it's done with it, he'll be questionably. I'd draft him over Drake May right now.
Me too.
I draft him. Caleb Williams, his head, that would scare me as an NFL GM, but his talent is generational. I mean, you know, it'd be hard not to pass up.
When they interview Carson, I think somebody's going to fall in love with him because the way he knows the game, the way he studies the game, the way he doesn't do the distractions. Like Aaron Murray asked an interview question early in the season, "Hey, man, what do you think of Colorado?" And he was like, "I don't know. I don't watch him." I was like, that's what I love to hear. He's just focused on the game all the time. He doesn't care. He doesn't watch College Game Day. He doesn't watch anything. He just watches film, and he just studies, and he hangs out with his friends, and he's got that cockiness a little bit. I mean, it's kind of quiet, but like when he gets going, he's a great guy, man. He's a great team leader. I kind of want to see him lead a little bit more. He kind of like is quiet in that way, but when he wants to stand up, he can stand up for anybody, and he's just got a big arm, so he's just got to contain it all in, and I think the NFL team would like him. So Aaron Murray projections him to be a second or third quarterback taken off the board this year if he goes out.
I'm telling you, man, I think that's going to be a big decision for him, but I think he's going to play himself into between the spotlight of tomorrow night, but then the stage of the SEC championship and then the playoff games. I think he's going to be impressive in all the games after this, and especially the ones that's on the high stages of them all from the 3 after tomorrow, that he'll make himself money and he'll go. One of them things, man. But it's crazy what he's done. And you think back to it, the SEC inside for the South Carolina game, you would have thought this first SEC game starting, really the first team with the pulse Georgia's played all year. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and then of course we know what South Carolina turned into. But anyway, they they're down at the half by 2 scores, and he's just sitting there winking at people, calm, cool, collected as could be. There's not the thought of like, oh my gosh, we can't get anything going. We haven't scored a touchdown yet. How are we going to lose my first SEC? I mean, he was just cool, calm, collected, and knew what was going to happen, and went out and goes on the road, his first ever game starting on the road, and did what he did at Jordan-Hare Stadium, man. And I mean, that's just, you don't see that in first-year starting quarterbacks often, for sure. I mean, I think that's something special about him and why I think he's a championship quarterback, man. And no moment's going to be too big for him. It won't be too big of a moment for him when that crimson shirt and crimson hat's lined up across from Mercedes-Benz State. That's the thing. None of these guys will be intimidated by Alabama.
Some of them beat Alabama. A lot of other Georgia players in their career can't say that.
That's
so,
right.
Let's read this one. I think it's cool. Dream scenario. Beck, Bowers, and Ladd all come back. Press conference like Chubb and Sony and those seniors, the state of Georgia would go bananas. You're exactly right, JR. But here's the thing. I will say this. If and only if Georgia had not won a national championship, if those guys had not won a national championship, other than Brock, I could see them all coming back. But they've reached the pinnacle not once but twice in their career. Arguably, I mean, they're hopefully about to reach it a third time. But that would be really cool.
They're gonna have more rings than you could fit on your hands by the time the SEC championship bowl game wins, national championships are done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Chuck and Sony, them coming back, they knew they had unfinished business to try to get that national championship, and dang sure came close to doing it, man.
Mm-hmm.
But that team laid the foundation to it. But
that team, man, they deserved one, and I like to think that the 2021. Those guys that were on that 2021 team, I mean, obviously they earned it. They played for it. But I like to think that was kind of the result of Chubb, of Sony, of Davin Bellamy, of Lorenzo, those guys coming back. Right.
That year was so much fun because it was really unexpected,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think about that. You kind of think it was over before it began because Jacob Eason gets hurt in the first half against Appalachian State in the opener. You got to trot out a true freshman, Jake Fromm.
I was happy about it. I saw Jake Fromm on a QB1 series before he came to Georgia.
Yeah.
There was just something about Jake Fromm that I think Kirby loved, and y'all saw it firsthand. So, great family, great kid. Yeah. He knows what to do, and he knows what he has to do. And I think Jacob Eason wouldn't have the same result, but I don't know. I can't say that. Jacob Eason had a hell of an arm, and, I feel bad for him. But, Jake Fromm was just put in a place right time, and he took care of it.
Yeah, I think Eason was supposed to be what we kind of thought coming in, what Carson Beck is now this year, right? That kind of expectation you had for him. But I will say this about Jacob Eason. When he did get healthy and he didn't get the starting job back after starting as a true freshman, 16, supposed to be his team sophomore year on, from what you could tell as a fan on the outside during that run, it seemed like he was a selfless teammate, and you never heard any bad things in the locker room. When he did transfer to Washington, there wasn't a spectacle made out of it. He just left, and I'll always respect him for that reason, right? That I don't think like the other quarterback, blue chip quarterback after him that just made it a complete spectacle when he left town and everything. I always respect Eason for the way he handled that whole deal, man.
Yeah. Kale Stone, could you imagine reunited Carson with Big O and Pickens in Pittsburgh? Pennsylvania just loves the dogs. I mean, that could be a spot he can land. Who is Pittsburgh? It's not Kenny Pickett anymore, is it?
Kenny Pickett.
It's Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Wow.
They're pitiful. Their offense is pitiful. They have Matt Canada was our offense coordinator. Matt Canada.
He got fired.
Yeah, he got fired this week, didn't he? Last week here.
Yep.
Matt Canada,
Canada,
the country up north.
You know Matt Canada. He was a hot commodity. I mean,
I've never heard of that name.
Him and Jim Chaney followed each other for a little bit. Like
what?
Oh, really?
Like, I mean, you would have Chaney was like the Pittsburgh Panther offense coordinator one year, and then Matt Canada was, and there might have been another team or vice versa.
I did not like Jim Chaney. Y'all can not like me for this, but I did not like him. I don't think he was good. I just think the team was good.
Yeah, he was definitely. I think he was very average. He was definitely better than James Coley.
Yes.
I think you would say that not even count 16. That's the first year. I would definitely say the 17, 18 versions of Georgia's offense were a whole lot better than 19. And
and 15 with Schottenheimer.
Yeah. And
that was horrible.
That was horrible. But yeah.
In Georgia, man, we went to overtime, I think. Oh my Lord. Whoa.
But I mean, that's the thing. Do you really think that the turning point, the pinnacle for where Georgia is now, getting over, 11-1, lose the SEC championship, finish the season 12-2, maybe winning New York 6-2, going over the top, being national champions, going for a third straight, was the Todd Monken hire and kind of the philosophy of how to run the offense now from 2020 on. 2020, that first year, getting it in, Stetson Savage 21 on. And then now Mike Bobo comes in doing the same thing. It's the same daggone playbook, just with his tweaks here or there. And
Kirby had, Kirby had control access of everything in 16 to 20. And then when Tom Monken came in, they were like, Kirby's just going to focus on, time managing and all that. So I just think it taking that off his chest and everything, because I don't know if y'all know this, but Kirby was like really hot on the sidelines every week in like 16 to 20, like every time. So, I mean, something had to change, so I guess when Tom Munkin and Mike Boba came in, it gave him off pressure, and it took a lot out of him. Like it took off of him.
Here's what I observed with the team. So it seemed like Kirby knew he had to get to a point where Saban is now, right? Where he could just turn the keys over to his coordinator, say, y'all have fun. I'm going to manage this team, right? And Kirby knew he had to get to that point. 16, it was just damage control. It was, hey, let's just put a good product on the field the best we can with the players we got, with the coaches we got, with the staff we got. That's kind of what it was. 17, you're right. We just had a heck of a team. And the coordinators kind of picked up. I think Kirby in 17 relinquished control of the offense. He said, listen, Jim Chaney, like, take the offense, do your thing. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, James. Yeah. No, but he said, hey, you're going to take control of this. Let me take control of the defense. And with the help of Mel Tucker, I think they kind of co-coordinated that defense. Same thing in 18. 19, he starts relinquishing control even more with the defense. You got Dan Lanning, and that was Lanning's first year,
19,
right?
Yeah,
19. Yeah. 19.
Yeah.
And then when Monken comes in, it's like, okay, you got the offense. We know that for sure. Dan Lanning, you've got the defense. You've proven yourself last year, 19. I mean, he had a heck of a defense. So I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to worry about now the big picture stuff. I'm going to worry about the time management. Hey, what are we going to be aggressive here? Or are we going to be conservative? The analytics, exactly, right. And so now that's where we're at, right? And Kirby gets to do what Kirby does. And yeah, he has a hand in the defense. He has a hand in what the secondary's doing, but he doesn't have to worry about those things necessarily because he's had a great success bringing on the right staff,
Right. I mean, and I guess what in the real world, the work world, every boss will talk about when they stop micromanaging things, they had employees under them that they could trust is when they saw everything boom, right? Their job or their business get to where they wanted it to be. And that's what's happened. I mean, this is an interesting conversation. Who is the top 5 assistant coaches during the Kirby era? Most valuable assistant coaches?
Todd Hartley is number 1. Todd Hartley is number 1.
He's up there.
He's up there.
Dale McGee, I think, is number 1. If you're asking me.
Yeah, I mean, it's whoever's opinion, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, Hartley.
I'm sorry, let y'all go.
Oh no, you good, mate. But yeah, I mean, I think Hartley 100% has got to be up there. Is a heck of a pick. I think Clark. I think you can't go wrong with Dale McGee or Hartley. Dale McGee's the guy who's been there since day one of Kirby, right? I mean, look at the running backs he's coached and recruited in.
Tracy Rocker. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Tracy Rocker. Yeah.
Or Trey Scott.
No. Trey Scott. Yeah. Trey Scott. Defensive line.
Schumann.
Yeah.
Schumann. I mean, for me.
Yeah. I mean, Trey Scott's a guy that people wanted fired in like 2019. 2012 or earlier on in the Kirby years. I mean, he's been there since day one too, right? But 17. I think Tracy Rocker had 1 year, didn't he, Clark, when you were there? No. Yeah, Tracy Rocker had 1 year in 16, White, and then Trey Scott came on in 17. Or was Tracy Rocker on staff in 17, Clark? No, he just had that 1 year in 16, right?
Oh, I thought,
no.
Yeah, you're right.
16,
you're right.
And then they got Trey Scott, and then Kirby kind of let him go. He wouldn't want to recruit. Tracy Rocker did. It was 1 year and 6.
I'm gonna hold my opinions on Tracy.
I mean, not good. But Trey Scott's been great. But early on, he caught flack early in his career. But now, probably one of, if not the most respected defensive line coach and recruiter in the country. Schumann's up there. Schumann's a guy who's worked under Saban and Kirby since he was 18 years old. So he didn't play college football, went to Alabama and started being a GA then. And I mean, that Schumann's a man that was the third guy in a defensive meeting room during those prime Alabama defensive years with Glenn Schumann, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart.
Yeah,
defensive game plan. I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Glenn Schumann never played a snap of ball, right?
College football, I guess.
College football, yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he played high school ball, right? His dad played at Alabama, but he didn't. But he's brilliant, man. He's been around Saban. He's been around Kirby. And I mean, I don't see how if you're. I mean, I know Texas A&M wants somebody like, I don't know, either big name like Ryan Day, or either go get somebody like Jeff Traylor, who knows the whole Texas high school cult football. But how in the world, if you're not hiring somebody that you can't, after seeing what Dan Lannon's doing in Oregon, just taking off your red and black glasses and putting on maroon and white glasses.
Right.
How could you not want to get somebody like Schumann? Look at his resume, who he's been around, and then especially if they're going to say, well, he has no head coaching experience, then see what Dan Lannon is doing. The guy that literally co-coordinated defense with him and now has the keys to it, as a play caller. And how could you not want him? And I don't know. I mean, how long do you think we keep Glenn Schumann? Do we keep him again next year? Or is there a certain job he wants that Kirby has told him, hey, you stay with me, you'll be the head coach there one day, just like Nick Saban told Kirby Smart in 2009 when Willie Martinez was fired right before they hired Todd Grantham, and everybody was trying to bring Kirby back to be Rick's DC. And Saban says, you stick with me a few more years, you'll be the head man in Athens one day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
This is an interesting topic right here. Oh, go ahead, Wyatt.
No, this is a great question. I just thought about this. If you put Mark Richt with these teams, do you get the same factor or no? Like 21, 22, and 23, do you get the same result or no?
The same staff underneath them?
Yes. I mean, Mark Richt, you got to think. You put Mark Richt and study Kirby Smart, do you get the same results?
With love Lannon and Schumann calling the defense and Muschamp in there and then Monken as offense coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
You might get.
Are we talking about? Well,
but with the players, the same players, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because what Kirby's so good is how he hires the guys underneath him and recruits. Man, he'll tell you that's the Jimmys and Joes.
I'm just seeing if there's a big difference in between the two.
I mean,
Look, I love Mark Richt.
What year, Mark Richt? 2005 Mark Richt or 2015 Mark Richt? 2000.
Early on, man.
Early on, Mark Richt. 100%. 110%. He wins the national championship with that talent and that coaching staff underneath.
I think 2012 he wins one with one of these teams. 2012 definitely with Aaron Murray. Oh yeah, Aaron Murray.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the argument can be made with Rick, man. If we want to go back with this, 2022, we would have won the national championship no matter what. If it was BCS era because we were the number one seed, went in. But 2021, if it was what Rick had the majority of his career at Georgia during the BCS era, we wouldn't have won that national championship. Get beat by Alabama. You're not going to go to the national championship that year. But if flip it around and if Rick had the 14 playoff in 2002, you think about it. You would have had Miami, Ohio State. Y'all remember that game, that national championship that year. Mm-hmm. Ohio State won it, had Maurice Clarett, but not really a good football team. Miami was the better team, but the ridiculous pass interference call. Georgia could have beat either one of those teams, I feel like, in a playoff, possibly, in 2002, right? And then 2007, there's no doubt I feel like Georgia would have won the national championship in 2007 if there was a 14 playoff. It would have been LSU, Southern Cal, Georgia, and Ohio State. Georgia beats them all. 100% 2007. They win it, and Rick gets his in 07 during that. I think. 2012, just close against Alabama. But I think Rick would have had his national championship if the playoff era was in 2002, potentially, and 2007. I think he could have got two.
Blake Newman, Hartley, McGee, Schumann, Monken, Pit Boss for laying the foundation. I guess I was talking about the assistant coaches. Yeah, I mean, a lot of credit to Sam Pittman. God bless him. He's getting scorched out there in Arkansas, but he did build a really good foundation of an offensive line, and brought some key guys in that helped recruits in the future. The guys we got now, And we could say, hey, look at these guys. Look who we're sending to the league. And, I think Rick had some good offensive linemen, but not to this talent, if you're asking me. I mean, the offensive line, in my opinion, other than the defense, you argue the whole defense has improved since Rick, but offensive line especially has improved drastically in the past decade, I would say. And once again, we had some pieces every once in a while, but
I mean, you're not bringing in a tackle that started for the Rhode Island Rams.
Yeah.
Play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anymore, it's elite guys. I mean, obviously you could look at every single position now and special teams too. You don't see any walk-ons on special teams. If there are, there's just one or two, and they're playmakers. You see absolute studs on special teams at Georgia now, and you couldn't say that back in the day. And I don't care what anybody says, that cost some things back in the day.
Yeah. Blake Newman, CMR era, had elite centers. Yeah, I mean, Ben Jones, David Andrews. I can't think of any others.
Russ Tanner.
But that's it. Russ Tanner.
They were good.
Yeah. Whew, boys, I'm cold out here.
You're getting a little cold, Carl.
Yeah, it's like 40-something.
We'll probably have to end it here in a few. Anyway, I'm going to put the girl to bed here.
I hear you.
Second, little baby.
I mean, like, I'm shaking. I'm trying not to get like hypothermia. But
this is her right here.
Let's see Callie.
You want to see Callie?
Yes. Let's see old Callie.
Come here, baby. Come here. I want to see everybody. See everybody. What is everybody doing?
Callie
Cat. Everybody doing?
Callie Cat.
Can you tell Clark and White, hey, and everybody?
Hello, Callie.
Hey. Tell them, hey.
Wait, let's see. Let me do this. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
I guess she can't hear me.
Yeah, she can't hear you. I got my headphones in. She can't hear you. She's looking. She's trying to check it all out. She's trying to check it all out. But
she may be the future of Row 60 one day.
Yeah.
May take over our jobs.
That's right.
Oh, man. Well, Adam, let's close this thing up. I hate to do this. We'll be posting a lot of stuff tomorrow too. I want to let everybody know we'll have a day full of stuff prepared. Well, there goes Wyatt. Hi, Wyatt.
Oh, did Wyatt take off?
Wyatt took off, but hey,
Wyatt,
look,
appreciate it, man. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Absolutely. I hate to end this thing, but yeah, we need to get some shut eye. We got a big day. Adam, what time are you all headed out here?
I don't know, man. I have to call you in the morning about that. So probably watch the majority of Ohio State and Michigan before we head out.
Yeah.
So, but hey, this is fun. I enjoy this because it's laid back. Not really any big topic we got to stay on. We just ramble.
Yeah.
Just like chilling with the boys and just hanging out. Or any ladies watching, just chilling with friends, just talking about whatever comes to mind. No set agenda. Not really as serious as a call-in show where you need to stay on point.
Right.
This is just a laid back environment, and I like doing this. This has been fun.
This is fun.
This has been fun. This has been
absolutely
fun.
Well, look, y'all. If y'all are still with us, we're going to do a call-in show next week for the SEC championship game. Probably the same time. We'll say 8 o'clock.
Wrap it up, baby.
But
I won't be late to that one. I can tell you that.
Are we going to turn it up 5 notches?
You dang right. We're going to turn it up 5 notches, man.
Oh man,
unbelievable! 11-0, going for 12-0 for the third straight year tomorrow. What the nation's perception is about Georgia right now is that I haven't been able to grasp it yet. Just the respect you get everywhere. Yeah. I mean, how people just talk about Georgia like I used to view a team to the other side, another state, to the left of us, right? If you're facing the state
to the west,
right?
to the west,
to the west of us. So I mean, now it's there. It's a dream, and I know we keep talking about that, but you can't say it enough because of how exciting this is not to enjoy every second of it, man. Because these days will end one day, and we'll look back on this and we'll remember these days, this year, and the past 2 years, and hey, maybe a couple more years after this, with memories that we'll have the rest of our lives, and we'll think about the times we had on Row 6 and celebrating with friends, man, and family, and some of these nights, just talking, getting fired up about it. But this season's flown by, man. Last regular season game tomorrow. End strong, baby.
Yes, sir. Woo. I'm freezing. God, I got to get back hot, man.
You want to give a pep talk? Close it.
Do I get to give the pep talk?
Give a pep
I don't think I
talk.
can. I'm just freezing,
Get your
y'all.
juices going a little bit.
If it's as cold as this is tomorrow night, I'm gonna have to be like jumping around.
You better bring more than one layer. That was your problem. You went outside with an extra layer on, man.
I listen. I do have. I've got my red and black hoodie that I wore last week, but I just you don't. Do you really want to wear the same thing? I mean, I washed it. Don't get me wrong. I washed it, but do you really want to wear the same thing that you wore last week? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
But I do have red. Do you have your red packed, Adam, for tomorrow?
Yeah, I got red.
All right, good.
I got probably wear a red sweatshirt with my black vest over it.
Yes. Oh, I've also got my beanie, right? And
stocking cap
on it, my stocking cap rather. It's not a beanie, but yes, stocking cap. And on it, it's got the LED flashlight. And I'm going to turn that thing on for the fourth quarter lights tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm going to bob my head like this right here. So I tried to do that. I was going to do it at the Peach Bowl last year, but in fourth quarter, I was just not feeling it, So
you're going to have it tomorrow then.
Yeah, right, y'all better be looking at the upper deck because that thing is bright.
That's good stuff. Anyway. I love it.
Well, y'all, it's been fun. We're going to do this again. We're going to keep doing this. Star Wars Dog Man. We missed you this time, but yes, we're going to do more of these. Don't worry. And next week we're going to have a call-in show for everybody.
Yeah, call-in show, traditional call-in show next week. Hopefully, then Georgia wins the SEC championship. We have a playoff about a month to get fired up about. So maybe some nights we could do this leading up to the playoff. Just playing.
Yeah. Whew, Adam. 3 seasons of perfection. 3.
12-0, man. 11-0 right now with only Georgia Tech. Only Georgia Tech standing in the way. Does
the
Georgia
nerds
Tech stand in the way make you nervous, Clark?
No. Now, if Jeff Collins were here, Adam, that'd be a different story.
That's right. If Jeff Collins were here, I would be a little bit more nervous about going
shaking in my boots.
Tomorrow. I mean, when you go into Bobby Dodd and you see the type of fans that they bring and the energy level that they bring and the intensity they bring, then
watch out. Yeah. You don't come out alive at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's going to be wild. I can't wait to tell everybody probably what we have said to us, but it's going to be good times. But
it's going to be great.
Anyway, man, we're going to – what?
You wrap this thing up. I'm not – it wouldn't be right if I wrapped it up. It's just not.
Yeah. 12-0 happening tomorrow. It is not a dream, people. We know it. We're going to keep talking and celebrating it with each other the whole entire time. So next time we talk to everybody, we'll be 12-0 heading into the biggest SEC championship game that Georgia's ever played. I think it'll be the biggest SEC championship game ever. The last traditional win, East versus West. That's what's happening after we take care of business and squash the bugs tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy your day of football tomorrow. Cherish it because one thing, the sport is changing. Ohio State, Michigan, these games won't mean as much anymore, honestly, with 12-team playoff and everything else, conference expansion. Might not even be scheduled anymore. So all this traditional stuff's going the way. So enjoy every second of it, man. Enjoy every second of it. I know we will. We will be in touch with y'all. Love y'all. Georgia's going to win tomorrow. 41-10, Clark. Get fired up about it. Everybody get some sleep. Go Dogs, baby.
Go Dogs.